6 first blood versus 2, and they won 6-2. Also, on that map number 2 in this series, they got 6 first blood versus 4, and they won 6-4. So if you are Vegas Legion, that first blood is everything for that roster. But for Carolina, I think just getting to this point, momentum is definitely on their side. They lost that 6-4 game too, but you got to keep in mind, one round was to a spot that they didn't know of, and another round was where Standy was able to push through a smoke. So Carolina played a good search and destroy. Can they do it again in this game 5?
I think the biggest thing for Carolina, can you get proactive and hold the tempo and control of how this map is going to be played? Opening eyes over towards this B site. Long cross being watched by Purge. Immediately on the site is Nero, but he's tucked himself behind that construction cage and has not been tagged by any utility yet, so his position's still concealed. Here comes the break attack. That stun doesn't maybe fully affect him. And still able to find Real. Whoa! From Nero. Purge helps out for his trade, and it's all Vegas thanks to Nero hiding in a corner.
Oh, man, that's just unacceptable right there. If you're Carolina, you watch him cross towards the site, so you get the info that at least one player is towards this B bomb. They stun him. They do everything that they can to solo him out. Also invest that smoke grenade. But Nero is able to walk away with a 2-piece and completely shuts down the push for Carolina. That one's got to come back to bite. But Vegas Legion, what do you know? They get a first blood, at least the first round win.
Yeah, huge play from Nero. You sometimes forget how good the guy has been throughout his career to this point. Not moments like that. Defense playing a bit forward here through Courtyard. Triple stack in particular, right through the middle of the map here for Carolina. Vegas just trying to feel things out. There's still a lot of utility left here. Not really using it to clear many corners. And now they'll start to get engaged. GodRx will be pushed back far enough to not be affected by Nero's utility. And Gwyn will also walk away with first blood with that huge defensive stack through mid.
Big first blood right there out of Gwyn. Now Nero knows that he's at least in that position. But does he reach GodRx? Throws a nice little shoulder, gets that info. Down to 3v4. Smoke is going to get invested up towards the street. They're going to try to push up through the A side, but the positioning again out of Gwyn shuts that down. And now time is ticking. Only 35 seconds left. What bomb side are we going to go to?
Really good audible here. Clayster also rotating over to make sure that long A lane stays safe. Gwyn, a little bit of trouble. Does keep his life. Fires back. And keep your eye on Real. Stuns towards Backtractor. Shakes most of it off. Gets the first one cleanly. Semtex just to create a bit of space, but Standy fires back. Gwyn trying to rotate over. Long flight from GodRx also in play, and Carolina have suffocated this hit from Vegas. 6 seconds on the clock, but nowhere to go. And Carolina respond with a very convincing round of their own.
Yeah, it all starts with the first blood from Gwyn. Once he gets that first kill, he was also the player that shuts down that aggressive A push with the smoke grenade invested to shut down that line of sight. And then with his positioning at that point, Las Vegas only had about 30 seconds to try to get a bomb down towards one of these bombs. They knew that A was not in play. We had to rotate over towards B. And they set right up into Real. Who at least gets one before dropping, but eventually it's to Carolina walking away with that round. Tied up at 1 now.
Similar defensive setup here for Vegas. Standy once again just trying to get himself into a cheeky position. Attach long range first blood again, this time from the backside of fences. And Clayster seems to want to give him a go. Bold challenge to be sure, and Clay will eventually say, all right, enough is enough. But the rotation trying to get through the middle of the map once more shut down, and Vegas now hold a 4v2. And again, like you mentioned, their first blood conversion has been so good to this point. You'd expect nothing less here.
Yeah, so now in a 4v2 situation, if you are Carolina, just got to try to play for a kill. Clayster and Gwyn going to slowly work their way up towards B. You know, Nero played the same position last time. Can they try to sniff him out, work this bomb plan? Gwyn with the nice information, good shoulders, sets up Clay for the kill. So now 35 seconds left. You could just probably get this bomb down.
Oh, but they're waiting for the rotation. Clayster's trying to cut this off through this ice cream. And if he pops the doors, he's going to find Purge for free. Okay, hold on. And Quinn makes safe the flight, but Clay, he drops the bomb on the rotation. Tough gunfight here for Gwyn. Attach put down to 12 HP, and now he's just running for his life. Oh, it's cat and mouse. Gwyn on the hunt, but there's just so many angles and spaces that he could hide. Attach playing through sandbags. Gwyn seen down low, and the 1v1 comes through rather anticlimactically. Vegas just able to hold out of the 4v2 in the round.
Yeah, we were talking about how clean it is whenever they get the first blood. That one got really scary. Clayster makes the play, breaks the door through Ice Cream, at least makes it a 2v2, but then he's a little bit aggressive on the back end. Was not expecting 2 players to be there. Attach finds the trade, and then he's also able to finesse around with his life. And And is able to take the round for Vegas Legion. That one almost got really scary, but they're still able to clutch on up. Now up 2-1. Back on the attack with all out pressure towards B.
Bringing some fireworks here over towards BJ. We've got a heavy stack once again of Carolina throwing a lot of opening utility through B Street, but then they kind of back off into a very similar defensive setup. This time, GodderX is going to play a little bit more forward on this mid tank. Gwyn to his right, just kind of playing a tight angle. And Clay will try to assist just a touch onto Real, playing over the top of the B side. Vegas looked like they were trying to hit early towards B, but have now backed off and reconsidered with 53 seconds on the clock.
Just trying to get some information. This is one thing that they were doing yesterday versus Rocker, was just showing presence on one side and then getting a couple players to rotate it and finding the opening on the other. Because now you have every single player from Carolina needing to hold down their lane. A huge one-on-one gunfight on the opposite side. Standy's trying to go for that one-on-one versus Real. If he gets that kill, he's able to win that and put that bomb down potentially. But with only 30 seconds left, time to wrap back, get with your teammates.
And Real's cleared out B Street. He's already playing over towards Broken. So now Carolina will have some good map control. They have to be setting themselves up for just a solid A hold, but Nero through the smoke gets one for pretty darn free. Gwyn hears the door pop from behind him. Time becoming an issue. Gwyn in the corner. No word. Burn on the perch. Oh, heavens. Leaves things down to attach. No time to do too much here. And oh, brother, Gwyn showing us exactly what true aim can look like at a 150 HP COD. That was nasty.
These last three maps, Alan, he's just been stepping up to a whole different level. Keep in mind, this is an MCW up close and personal. He gets the freebie onto Standy, but then the snap onto another rookie in Purge. I was talking about it before the map, how he usually shows up in that game 5, but that's not a round that you want to go back and watch. Seeing at 1 and 3 leads to Carolina walking away with the round win, all tied up at 2.
And quietly attach on 4 in a row, so keep that in the back of your minds as the opening nades land for Nero. And you have to assume for Vegas, they're going to feel very comfortable in Nero's ability just to hold into possibly 3 players towards B. So the defense starting to get a bit more aggressive over towards the A side of the map now. Just really trying to overwhelm Carolina from getting any map positioning at all.
Just like if you're Carolina in this situation, Nero has played the same position every time. We know that there's at least one player. How about we just commit towards B? How about we just send everything, watch the cross, throw all of our attacks, and try to get this bomb down with some trophy systems in your back pocket? But when you get first blooded by a nade all the way across the map, now it forces you to slow down on your attacking routes. As you see, they're slowly trying to work up the middle of the tank. Information now gained of players playing all the way back. But even if they try to go for this A plant, just where Standy is on the map, it's not going to be easy to do. Nero finds one across over towards B, attached with the third. Now it's Real in a 1v4.
Yeah, really nowhere to go. We're going to try to play for a hero plant in a 1v4. At least puts the clock into his favor. But stun comes through. Can't quite get back in towards Freezer. No worries there. And again, it's just, we talk about this a ton, and I really have to stress this for all you guys at home. Like, it's not going to be very often we see First Bloods lose out on rounds with great search and destroy teams. I have to really emphasize great search and destroy teams in this title in particular. And when Nero's already a hero in his own self, being able to kind of be trusted to single-handedly watch his site, and he's getting good nades for First Bloods, expect to see dominating rounds like this for Vegas. Not just this week, probably next week as well.
He's just shutting down that B site, man. When you shut down that B site, when you get a first blood with the nade, it completely shakes what you're going to do in the attacking round. Because now you're thinking, all right, let's all out pressure over towards B. We're going to shortcut it through the white van. But once that gets shut down, now you completely are at a stalemate. Everyone on your attacking rounds is trying to find an opening, trying to find some kind of information. But by the time you're looking for all that information, there's no time to eventually work a bomb plant. And that's what Vegas Legion have been able to do the entire time. So stall off this clock, force them to try to make a play with minimal time. Eventually leads to them walking away with the round, and attach also earning a cruise missile.
Again, quietly, it's been a lot of focus on what Standy and Nero have done to gain positioning, but Attach has been the one following up almost every single time. Nice little slide through for Nero. No trade in sight. Stun over the top. Clay up close and personal will catch Nero before he can get the regen off, so it does make things a little bit more manageable here for Carolina. They're losing a lot of map control around the back. Big 1v1 here between Attach and Clayster, and oh, Standy's there to assist.
Oh no!
Yeah. Unfortunate, but it does still put a really tough position here for GodderX 1v2.
1v2 now for GodderX. He's been around Call of Duty for a long time. He's ready for his opportunity to get back into the CDL. Gets the information, but the bomb is not going down yet. Now, once Vegas pick up that info. Let's immediately put the bomb down, but the repositioning out of GodRx is not going to pay dividend as Standy is able to line him up, take him down, and Vegas Legion on the back of finding another first blood, dominate in towards Cafe, and walk away with the attack, now up 4-2.
Able to string together rounds. That was, I think, the biggest kind of storyline watching this Legion team yesterday in unexpected circumstances, but those are on two very different styles of maps. Being able to still find ways to do that here on Invasion, though, forced a lot of pressure here for Carolina. Opening spam on both sides. Nades also littering the middle of the map. Not much has changed here for the Vegas setup. Carolina trying to hold back a touch, trying to maybe play this one out a little bit more laboriously and maybe see if they can maybe catch Nero on that same kind of aggressive play that he had done in the round previous.
Yeah, I love the way that they're playing this because they know that Attach has that cruise missile. So let's save our attacks. Let's not try to invest them because if they send it over towards B, we blow up their trophy systems, use that cruise missile, and put ourselves in the man advantage. You can already see Carolina playing close quarters towards some buildings. They do not want to get blown up in this situation, but time is starting to dwindle. You still have GodRx being that island player, making sure no one pushes up towards that A street. And now with only 40 seconds left, it looks like the rotation is going to go back over towards A. It's a little bit more safer just in case that cruise missile comes in.
Yeah. But once again, Attach just pretty much outside the map at this point. Trying to watch that long bus station street. Standy tagged up off the regen. Not really in a position to defend this A site. Here comes the plant. No immediate challenge here from Vegas. They're going to have to play full retake. And like you mentioned, the cruise not going to be super beneficial with how many inside angles that Carolina can hold. And okay, first blood for Real. Opposite side of the map, Quinn takes down the flank from Nero. Just down to Standy and one other of Attach and nothing there. So Carolina just kind of brute force their way on, get the plant, and say thank you very much.
I think the biggest thing right there, though, Alan, was the positioning change right there from Standy. He was usually in red every single round, at least close quarters towards that position. But when they spot him through bottom middle, from front DVD, head glitching that back wall, they know that there's no one pushed up towards the site. Nero has played over towards B, so there's no way in hell he's going to be at A this round with Standy all the way backed up. And with the information gain, they take full advantage of it, get that bomb down, not have to worry about that cruise missile. They're able to take the round. Now down 3-4, back on the defensive side.
And again, you can see Carolina's defense also kind of suggesting that we need to be playing inside these houses just to make sure that cruise missile doesn't get much of anything outside of maybe a little bit of information on where we're planted. So everyone's watching each other's backs. Cross is being watched on both sides. Vegas just floating from north to south on the minimap. And now with the cruise missile, that will be the vanguard on this approach over towards B. Everyone has to duck in towards cover. Should be a free push over towards at least the tank. Can there be any challenge here from Carolina to stop this play? Clayster sees one at least get over towards the cross, but he's still holding. Nice smoke comes through, and that will be enough to get the bomb over, with Purge also finding first blood through mid-map.
The door is open. Oh, if he got the time, he could have potentially got him off that bomb site, but now the 3v4 situation, you have Real working that deep flank. He's going to try to be the playmaker. You have to make a play before Attach goes for the reflank himself, but it might not even be Attach. It's going to be Standy, pushes right through the site, is able to find one, finds the second, and Vegas Legion, off of the investment out of the cruise missile, gain the information, take the map control over towards that B site, get it down, find the first blood, and it eventually leads to the round win to now put them at game point.
Super great understanding of the resources for Vegas, right? I mean, the cruise first of all, but also that long smoke to make sure Clay can't watch the cross. Absolutely chef's kiss. Again, just masterful understanding of search early for what is a very strangely put together Vegas team. Do a lot, and Clay is going to get taken down off spawn to the opening pre-fire, and that feels like a huge nail inserting the potential coffin here of Carolina.
It's just another round where Clayster gets first blooded early on, and now you're forcing the rest of your teammates to now try to make something happen. You cannot lose that gunfight across the map, especially if you're the player just calling the cross for information. Purge with some great shots takes him down, and now tall task ahead for two rookies and a vet who hasn't been in quite some time. 50 seconds remaining on the clock. It's looking like the pressure's going to go over towards this A site. You invest that smoke grenade, you get the tax to get used, and now potentially going to try to work this bomb plan.
Yeah, this very well may just be Purge and Standy double challenging this. Cover from the cross. Quinn not quite able to capitalize for an elimination, though. Bomb makes its way at least in towards the alley. Nero backs off his flank. Can Carolina get a kill or just get the plant? Real's going to stick. Here comes the challenge from Vegas, though, all the way off the mid-cut, and Gwyn's done well. He's able to catch one and stay relatively healthy, so the bomb gets planted. Flank from Standy. Keep an eye on him around the backside of this play. He's gonna find the first, no problems. Does he decide to hop it? He sure does. Does anyone check this? Gwyn and GodRx aren't in a good position for this. Gwyn with the check, but Standy just kind of wiggles away. He does drop it, though. Everything resets, 22 seconds on the clock. Here comes the crossfire. GodRx is gonna get both. And Carolina stay alive to see another round.
Man, that's some serious ice in the veins right there, man. It's not easy to win 3v4s on Invasion, especially when you're planning over towards A with not much time to work with. They get the bomb down. Gwyn is able to get that first kill to at least even it up at a 3v3, but then you see Standy finds one. Another trade happens, and eventually leads to GodRx slowly working up the A street. And that's a round that you want back if you are Vegas Legion. You get the first one in the first 5 seconds. You need to be able to walk away with the round, but Carolina stay alive a little bit longer and force a round 10.
Oh, look at this. Clay's getting aggressive over towards B Street. He's just walked through. Real was watching his cross, and Clay's got a rival in hand. Hello?
Oh, my.
Okay. Clay looking 18 again?
You see something, old man.
He's in a great spot, though. I mean, he can watch this entire archway. He can watch the cross. He's in a good spot to make sure anyone does try to get in towards Broken. They get met with an SMG. This is a solid defensive setup around B.
Great setup at B, but Vegas Legion so far, their plan of attack has usually been over towards this A site, just taking control of mid-red and towards Cafe, and they're slowly starting to work up. It's going to be, this time around, Gwyn in that same position to try to make a play happen.
Yeah, this is tough. You would have loved if you're Carolina to try to force this Vegas offense to go towards Clay's position. That's your X factor here. Oh, it almost gets the double down. At least a trade comes through. Real, AR in hand, able to find another. Nero opens up space through mid. Bomb is currently down. 18 seconds on the clock. Carolina still trying to stay alive for what would be a reverse sweep round 11 winner. Real tagged up, still alive. Bomb collected. Purge for the plant. Clay with the rival 9. Can he catch timing?
Oh, no.
Going quickly. Doesn't see the initial. Tries to hop this. Real has to play bodyguard. Stay down, Mr. President. Purge just tries to bait him with the door. And Clay says, not so fast, young man. Ravens get us to round 11.
Man, that's a vet play if I ever seen it. I was thinking about the bad timing. I thought he with the SMG in hand, he's going to work his way in through Cafe, but a vet knows what he needs to do in this situation. That side closet door is closed. I'm instantly hopping this bomb. And unfortunately for the rookie, once he peeks that doorway, he does not spot Clay. The vet gets it done to now force around 11. There goes the dawn.
Opening nades for Carolina, all towards B. Vegas, fully set up, looking like their round 1 defense with Nero stationed in the corner at construction. Standy once again playing forward in towards A, lobby and attach right back to where he's been the entirety of the game. Clay scouts this out, but no one comes out worse for wear. Everything resets, but Standy's position has been throttled back in Carolina, now looking to make a move, but Standy shuts down. Good first blood, that's also your bomb carrier.
It's a big first blood out of Standy. He also gets some more information, just finessing with the movement around this middle tank. With only 40 seconds left, Carolina have to try to pick up this bomb. Yeah. I don't know if Vegas Legion have the information that the bomb is going to be down towards bottom mid, but you see Glazer slowly edging his way up, trying to find an angle. Sets up Gwyn on the flank to find 2. They have the man advantage, 3v2 now.
Nero looking to go quickly, tries to slide through the
Oh my!
Gwyn meets him for the 3rd. Just down to attach for the 1v2. Bomb being planted. GodRx able to stay alive, get out of dodge. Attach defaulting back to the pistol. Has plenty of time to let this reset. Catches a little bit of intel onto GodRx. Should know that Gwyn was last seen over through mid. And now the reset. GodRx caught. Gwyn pokes over the top. Good damage, but Gwyn shuts it down. And a reverse sweep for Carolina.